Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? Of course, my name is Kent, and the channel is EOS San Diego. And I want to take a look at the price real quick because I think the price is still a little bit off, but I'm looking for better prices here in the near future. But right now it's around 470, and Bitcoin's still below 5,500. So a little bit off, but I'm looking for things to get much better, hopefully before the end of the month. What I'd like to do, first of all, I'd like to recommend a video. And I got a chance to watch this video today. It's by Everything EOS. And of course, Zach Gall and Michael Blue. I've met Zach a couple times in San Francisco, and they have a really good video here. I mean, I watched the video and I thought it was outstanding. A lot of great things in this video. A lot of things, a lot of connecting, a lot of people that are involved, and kind of showing you where this is going. And I think that Michael Blue did a nice job presenting that. And of course, Zach also put a lot of information in this video. So thank you for shouting me out in this video. I appreciate it. I also think it's a great video. I 100% agree with everything in this video. I think they connect some dots, and they connect some very important dots. And if you're an investor in EOS, I think after watching this video, you're probably going to buy some more, because you can see who's involved. You got a Peter Thiel. You've got, of course, a lot of people that are involved in the Trump administration. And of course, just a myriad of other people involved. It's just, this is a great video. It brings together a lot of the things I talk about, but it's over an hour long, an hour and 13 minutes long, covers a lot of information, and puts a really nice, puts it all not really nicely, easy to understand information together. Very easy to understand without, making things very complicated. It does a really nice job. So anyway, thanks for the video. I really enjoyed it. And the last couple of videos I've seen from Everything EOS have been really, really good. They also have the video about the connection with Washington, D.C. and Block 1. I thought that was a really good video too. So they're putting out some good stuff. So if you haven't been watching their stuff, I would highly recommend that start watching, because they're getting some good stuff coming out here. What I want to talk about tonight is I want to talk about this post on Reddit. This is actually a software engineer, and I'm going to read from this line right here. I'm a software engineer working with UAVs, unmanned autonomous vehicles, and I'm seeing firsthand the problems that large government contractors are facing with new autonomous technologies. First of all, I'd like to let everybody bring it that's kind of what Dan Larimer was working with. Dan Larimer was working on, and right here, I think this is one of his bios. It says, computer programmer Dan Larimer used to be a cog in the American military-industrial complex, working on defense projects, drones, and unmanned vehicles for companies like Raytheon, Torque Robotics. But in 2007, the Virginia Tech graduate says he had an existential crisis, and that's when he decided to take off and start doing blockchain projects. But anyway, he has a similar background as this guy. That's why I thought that was interesting to bring out. Where's this at? Where am I at? Back on. So anyway, let's keep on going with that. The truth is, okay, the first hand, okay, autonomous technologies. I'm going to start reading right here. The first is the intellectual property is considered the holy grail, and thou shalt not question its importance. The truth is that protecting our software has made us extremely slow in our development. For example, we can't use distributed network coding tools like GitHub, because it makes it more difficult to protect our proprietary code. The way I see it, China has already stolen much of our modern technology. My wife tells me she hates it when I follow with the cursor, so I'm going to stop that. But I have a hard time keeping up with my place. I'm right here. And are developing it faster than the US. So why we can't cooperate so we can keep up with our IoT and AI software? The answer is that our politics can't adapt to these technological changes. Fortunately, technologies like EOS are bridging the information gap between the US and China. From a technical perspective, the current problem with our IoT technology is that there is no standard of communication between sensors, devices, and in my case, other aircraft. Each contractor is using their preferred messaging service, for example, DDS, OMS, and we have to come up with a creative way of stitching them together. EOS at its core is a messaging service, and if you look at on the EOS GitHub, you will see usernames like Heifner, Mesner. Sorry, I don't know if I pronounced that correctly or not. But anyway, this Kevin Heifner, I'm sorry. I'm familiar with Kevin because I've been following his stuff. Actually, he puts out like the best video in the world as far as development's concerned on EOS. Let me see if I can find it. This, if you want to know how to develop on EOS, watch this video. This is one of the best there is. This Kevin Heifner. It's a really, really well done video. Also, if you look at Kevin's GitHub, I think it's right here, you could see that Kevin is one of the biggest contributors to the EOS.io GitHub. In fact, he's contributed more than the Bytemaster, Dad himself. So Kevin is heavily involved with EOS and this information. So I've noticed that. I've looked at this and I thought to myself, this guy must be a pretty bright individual to do all the stuff that he's doing and all the stuff that he's gotten done. And you know, after watching that video, of course, I thought that video was really, really good. Like I say, if you want to learn how to build an application or how to connect or run a node, watch that video. He does a really nice job with that. So back to the article. They work at a company called OCI in St. Louis that has developed open versions of DDS and considered one of the top 5 IoT experts in Google Cloud Partnership Program. My company has worked closely with OCI in the past to get secure applications that run over the TCP/IP protocol. EOS isn't just another cryptocurrency. It really is being developed as an everything. And this is where I want to get. All this I've talked about so far is getting to this 3 words right here, an everything operating system. I think it's bigger. I think it's, oh gosh, I think its biggest strength is being open source and having simultaneous, I've always do this, simultaneous growth in the China and the United States, simultaneous, however you say that, growth in China and the US. I know Zach said this in his video, and it's absolutely true. When you read stuff all the time, you don't mentally say it with your mouth, you think it with the brain. So when you're reading things, it's much harder to bring the mouth or bring the words up through your voice and through your mouth, because you're thinking them, and that's the problem with reading out loud. But in order to get where we're going here, you got to read these things. So unfortunately, I have to read every now and then, but I know I kind of mess it up. So anyway, back to this everything operating system, of which EOS is, of which this software engineer who is working, looks like for the government, is telling you that this is what it is. It's an everything operating system. The thing that, what do they call it? There's a word for it. Let's see here if I can think of it here real quickly before I run too much time on this video. The Internet of Everything. I think it's the Internet of Everything. So everything, and of course you can go and see their website, OCI's website. The Internet of Things, I think, is the word I'm trying to think of. Actually been to this arch. It's pretty cool. Gosh, it's like getting into this thing is like claustrophobic. And then you go to the top. So anyway, side note, this is St. Louis. But anyway, right on the Mississippi River. So anyway, OCI is like this operating system, creating this operating system where you can connect everything. All these different open source platforms, all these different open source projects are being connected through a company like this OCI. They are connecting everything. Being able to put things on a distributed database, being able to put things open source. And of course you have guys like Kevin Heifner, I'm sorry, that are making this stuff happen, a software engineer that's making this stuff happen. This is where we're at. This is why this is so important. It's the Internet of Everything. It's the Internet of Things. And EOS is being able to do this, and this is being done through an open source platform, of which this particular person, probably mess up his name too. I don't see that he's got a name here. But he's telling you this is the way it's going. This is what we need to do. This is how we need to progress in the future for us to share information and have everybody collaborate on these kinds of projects. So anyway, that's why this is the Internet of Everything. This is why EOS is called EOS, because it's the everything operating system. I believe that's why they chose the name EOS, because it's everything operating system. And the reason they chose the name EOS is because it's the Internet of Everything. This is like an operating system that it will run the world in the future. And these kinds of companies are putting this together right now. So when you think of EOS as just a cryptocurrency, you are far from what it really is. It's an everything operating system that literally can run the world in the future. And this is what the software engineer is telling you right now. And I think when you watch videos like the one I just described to you, you can see the people involved with everything EOS. You can see who's involved: Peter Thiel, Steve Bannon, all the people that are involved, Mike Novogratz, endless others that they talked about in this movie. I can't recall everybody. But anyway, so many people, Brock Pierce, so many people involved with this stuff, Brennan Bloomer, so many people that are involved with this stuff that are getting it up and running and have connections. So this is why they're telling you that we're going to be working with the government, because we're developing open source software that's going to allow everybody to be able to collaborate together on this platform without having to go through this proprietary nightmare that keeps any kind of development from happening. So anyway, great video. The Everything EOS video, and watch that. Start to pay attention to what's going on here, because there's a very important things going on. And see this price down so low shows opportunity, big opportunity, because when you have the everything, EOS, Earth operating system, everything operating system, whatever you want to call it, when you have that going on, and then you have a measly $4 billion market cap, you can see that this has got a lot of potential for the upside. So anyway, I appreciate you listening. Thank you very much.